이미 세계를 향해 뻗어 나가고 있습니다. 2030 부산 세계 박람회, 부산이 시작하고 대한민국이 함께 이뤄갑니다. 이 캠페인은 지역과 함께하는 든든한 동반자, BNK 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Coming up next is Inside Out Busan with Min-Soo Shin. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Hello, and happy Friday to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Inside Out Busan, and I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. The Korean college SATs, Sunung, is just around the corner, coming up next Thursday, in fact. I know the 고3 students, as well as their parents, and all the other test takers are feeling the pressure. Well, did you know, according to recent research, it shows that students who engage in frequent conversations with their parents about interests and aptitudes, they're more likely to choose majors in fields like medicine, education, and the arts. So I'm curious, what topics have you been discussing with your parents or with your children? 저희 딸이랑 맨날 피카츄 말밖에 없어요.
뭐가 못마땅한데 할 말 있으면 더 넣고 말해봐.
너 많이 변했어.
내가 뭘 어땠는데
처음엔 안 그랬는데
처음엔 어땠었는데
요새 내가 하는 말투랑 화장과 머리 옷 입는 것까지 다 짜증나나봐.
그건 네 생각이야.
우리 서로 사랑한 지도 어느덧 10개월. 매일 보는 얼굴 실증도 나겠지. 나도 너처럼 나 좋다는 사람 많이 줄 섰어.
간다는 사람 잡지 않아 어디 한번
근데
가볼까.
그놈의 정이 뭔지 내 뜻대로 안 돼. 마음은 끝인데 몸이 따르질 않아. 아마 이런 게 사랑인가 봐. 널 사랑하나 봐.
지금부터 내 말을 들어봐. 넌 집착이 심해.
그건 집착이 아냐.
나를 너무너무 구속해.
그럼 너도 나를 구속해.
우리 결혼한 사이도 아닌데 마치 와이프처럼 모든 걸 간섭해.
너의 관심 끌고 싶어서 내 정든기 머리 짧게 치고서 웨이브 줬더니 한심스러운 너의 목소리 나이 들어 보여.
난 너의 긴 머리 때문에 너를 좋아해.
네가 너무 보고 싶어서 전화를 걸어. 날 사랑하냐고 물어봤더니 귀찮은 듯한 너의 목소리. 난 지금 바빠.
듣고 보니 내가 너무 미안해. 대화가 필요해.
이럴 바엔 우리 헤어져.
내가 너를 너무 몰랐어.
그런 말로 넘어가지 마.
항상 내 곁에 있어서 너의 소중함과 고마움까지도 다 잊고 살았어.
대화가 필요해. 우린 대화가 부족해. 서로 사랑하면서도 사소한 오해 맘에 없는 말들로 서로 힘들게 해.
너를 너무 사랑해.
대화가 필요해.
A sweet little number to start off our show. Welcome, everybody. This is the first hour of Inside Out Busan, and I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. TGIF, happy Friday to you all. And to start off our show, that was 자두 with 대화가 필요해. 특히 우리 학부모들요. 대화가 많이 필요합니다. Well, according to recent research, conversation with your kids, the more you have it, the better chances for them to get into, I guess, certain fields of studies. Now, let me provide details for this. So some interesting findings emerged from a recent study that has been tracking high school students. So the study showed that the higher the math scores, as well as talking to parents, the more they do it. I guess just in regards to their majors, what they're studying, as well as their interests, talking about school, this has actually led to chances of students more likely to choose majors in the fields of medicine, education, and the arts. Isn't that interesting? Now, the focus here is students talking more with their parents, parents talking more with their students, or I think it could probably go as far as, students talking to just adults. This could include teachers and counselors, just about things, what they're studying, what they're looking forward to in school. And this has led to a higher chance for them when they go on to higher education levels, such as college and universities. They are likely to major in things like medicine, education, and the arts. This is interesting, and it's not like talk like, you have to make sure to major in medicine. You have to make sure to become a doctor or a pianist or a teacher. No, it's not like that. It's just quality talk about just school in general and about the future that has led to more and more students choosing these fields of study. 수학 성적이 좋을수록 그리고 부모님과 학교나 적성에 대해 대화를 자주 할수록 좋은 대학에 진학할 가능성이 큰 것으로 나타냈고요. 그리고 전공 의학 쪽이나 안 그러면 교육 쪽이나 안 그러면 예술 쪽에 많이 간다고 리서치가 나왔습니다. In particular, Korean parents, they tend to be deeply involved in their children's education, right? Offering extensive support. Now, I say quote unquote extensive because that support, it's very subjective, I guess, right? Somebody's definition of support can, it's not the same as another person's definition of support. So this study reveals how parent-child talks can greatly affect things like college admission and the choices of their studies at college. So their major, it depends on the topics that are discussed between parents and their children. 그런데요, I thought it was interesting just reading this study, but don't you think rather than focusing too much on, then let me hear Min-Soo talk about what kind of topics should I talk about with my kids to get them into better colleges and into the majors to become doctors and teachers and professors. I don't know. Don't you think the quality of the conversations, I think that's what's most important. 성적과 걱정보다는 건강한 대화를 해보시는 거는 어떨까요? Like our song suggests, right? 대화가 필요해. And not just any kind of 대화, right? For some people, just grunts. 그게 대화래요. That's like conversation for some people. No, actual sharing of words, sharing of thoughts, sharing of emotions. That's what real conversation is. So I bring this up because in less than a week, right? It's going to be the Korean CSATs, 수능, upon many high school seniors, test takers, and it's not just people partaking in the test taking, but also for the parents. Just this last couple of days, 6 days, right? In fact, it's going to, be some tough times for a lot of people as they just get ready for next Thursday. But to all the parents and adults out there, particularly to their students, your kids, it's never too late to start a conversation, a meaningful conversation, I think. So I think hopefully this, today's topic serves as an encouragement to start talking to your kids about, their interests, what they like, what their strengths are, rather than focusing so much on, I guess, kind of your prerogative or, what you think, they should go in terms of career paths. So yeah, just kind of opening up your ears to what they have to say. I think this could go a long way. I'm not saying by doing that, that's the sole way of getting them into a good school and good college, but I think just it'll for sure up the quality of your relationship first and foremost, and just students and kids knowing that they have somebody to talk to. I think that could do wonders, not only for their college and higher education career, but just in life in general, right? So, question for you, talking about talking today, conversations. Let's say, you don't have kids, you're single. What do you usually talk about with your parents? I'm really curious. 부모들과, like your 부모, 네, 우리 청취자들의 부모님들이랑 대화할 때 뭐에 대해서 자주 나눠요? 저는 아직 둘째 얘기밖에 안 나옵니다. 네, 거기까지밖에 할게요. Or let's say you're a parent out there. Let's say we have parents listening in. What kind of conversations do you have with your child? 네, 부모라면 아이와 어떤 대화를 자주 하십니까? These days, my kid's 7. She's not even in elementary school yet. So the talk of the town for her is Pikachu. 무슨 하추핑이가 무슨 핑 저런 핑 막 그런 얘기만 하고요. But I do try to talk more and more with my child to get her kind of used to being able to, talk to, dad and talk to mom just about anything and everything. So I'm really curious, folks. Let me know what you talk about with either your parents or with your kids. Pound 9050 샵 0950 for text messages. It will cost you 100 won. You could chat with us on our Kakao Talk, or you could talk to us on our YouTube, which is free as well. Come join and hang out with us. Let's get to today's News Bites. Time for the Friday edition of News Bites. We have Annie with us here in the studio. Hi, Annie.
Hi.
TGIF to you.
Is my mic on?
Yes, there you go. Sorry, the music was blasting. I just love to get pumped up for the news. How are we doing today?
Pretty good. I'm powering through.
Okay, powering through. That's good. So Annie, text topic of the day, we're talking about talking, to parents, to kids. What do you usually talk about to your parents?
Life, work, my husband.
Okay. But I guess these days, what about, do you remember when you were a kid, let's say, like up to high school? What used to be like the topic of conversation usually with your parents then?
I was trying to think actually. When I was younger, I was actually really introverted. I didn't talk a lot, which is weird because I have a talking job.
I can't imagine.
No, not at all. But I think I only really talked about school. I didn't really talk about my friends or anything.
Oh, okay.
And school was pretty minimal. It'd be like, hey, Mom, got a 99 on my test.
Oh.
She'd be like, where's the 1%?
That's why you didn't have a lot of conversation now.
She was not a tiger mom, though. But
Yeah,
I guess I was just
yeah.
really introverted.
But what's interesting, so I share with our listeners, let's say you had more of those talks, and let's say you were more open to talk about your school and your work, and let's say more of your friends, and your parents kind of engage more in that conversation. Did you know you had better chances back then, if you had that conversation, to go on to higher education, like in college, and choose majors in the fields of either medicine, education, or the arts?
While I was sitting here, I was like, maybe that's why I didn't go to an Ivy League. Why I'm not a doctor right now.
It's because you didn't talk to me, mom and dad. Oh, that's kind of sad. But no, I mean, of course, this is all just, like an interesting study that they found. I don't know how, what like the chances, like the percentage wise, it's probably like a slight higher. You know what I mean?
Thinking back, though, I think it was more of a me problem than a her problem. I think she did try to talk to me. And I was just like, everything's
Same
fine.
here. Yeah. This doesn't take into consideration puberty.
Right.
Okay.
It's difficult. Those times are rough.
It is. Good point. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Let's get to today's news bites. What do you got?
Right. First, the impeachment motion to dismiss chairman of the Korea Communications Commission, or KCC, Lee Dong-kwan, proposed by the main opposition Democratic Party, has been withdrawn just one day since it came up. So the chairman of the National Assembly, Kim Jin-pyo, approved the withdrawal. And this was confirmed by both Lee Kwang-jae, who is the Secretary General of the National Assembly, who was at a plenary session of the National Assembly's Steering Committee, as well as by Kwon Young-jin, who is the Deputy Legislator of the National Assembly and he confirmed this at the National Assembly's Special Committee on Budget and Accounts.
Okay. How was he able to withdraw the motion alone?
Right. So the National Assembly Secretary General Lee explained that Article 90 of the National Assembly Act states that when withdrawing the agenda at a plenary session, the consent of the plenary session or the lawmaker must be obtained. Basically, everyone needs to be in agreement. But he judged that although the impeachment bill was received and reported at the plenary session, it was not on the agenda, which is a requirement, therefore allowing for the chairman to withdraw the motion.
Okay.
And then PPP Representative Chang Dong-hyuk raised the issue of interpreting this bill and saying that the impeachment or dismissal proposal must be voted on after 24 hours, completed within 72 hours, and is automatically discarded if the 72 hours passes. To this, he argued that in this case, there is the opinion that this motion takes effect once it is reported, but then on the other hand, you can interpret it as there is an opinion that the agenda takes effect once it is officially printed and handed out, which it wasn't.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
A lot of technicalities.
Right.
I think in
Law.
there. Like if A, then move to B, but if not A but B, move to C. Like, one of those,
Right.
like just
I tried to
directions that
simplify
are
it,
over.
but,
You did a good job, though. Yes. But the update to the latest in terms of Lee Dong-kwan's impeachment motion being withdrawn. Thank you so much for that. What's next?
Right, just a small update about G-Dragon. So it came to light that singer G-Dragon, or Kwon Ji-young, who is currently being investigated on suspected drug use, recently attended the police investigation after shaving his entire body except for his head. They do say it is pretty common with celebrities. The police suspected that Kwon, like other celebrities who were investigated in drug cases in the past, may have used this method to attempt to destroy evidence ahead of the investigation.
Okay.
Just suspected. During the voluntary interrogation that took place on the 6th, the police collected a urine sample, and that sample, they tested it through a simple reagent test, which then came out negative. The police actually had planned to collect head and body hair, but because he was shaved, they instead collected nail clippings, and they will send it in for forensic testing.
I don't know the science behind what kind of information will come out, hair and other parts of the body that doesn't show up, let's say, on the
Right.
top of your head. Right?
Well, they said that hair holds the evidence for longest.
Oh, yeah.
And nail clippings only go for a couple of months, I believe. And you can only detect certain drugs through your nail clippings.
Okay. All right, that's
Very
interesting. All right, so that's the latest in terms of the most recent celebrity in the spotlight in regards to illegal use of drugs. Well, I'm sure there'll be updates on that. What's next?
Right. Many people may know author Han Gang, who wrote Vegetarian and many other books.
Oh, yeah.
Won the Prix Medici Award for Foreign Literature, which is one of France's 4 major literary awards. And this was for her novel, I Do Not Bid Farewell. So she said she hadn't actually heard why her novel was selected, and that the award ceremony was kind of different from what she expected. They basically just took pictures and drank champagne at a restaurant.
Oh, sounds fun.
But I just wanted to bring that she did win this very prestigious award. And I Do Not Bid Farewell is about love, life, grief, and loss all around the 1948 Jeju April 3rd uprising. And it's told through the voices of 3 women. So definitely a read that we should all read.
Yeah, another notch on the belt for not only Hangang, but also just Korean literature
Right,
in
Korean
general,
historical
right?
backgrounds.
Yeah, that too, just being based on a historical fact. This is not only putting just Korean writers and Korean literature on the map just around the world, but also things like our country's history being
Yeah.
more known through these types of stories. I love it. Let's move on to our last bit of news, please.
Right, I did want to end the week with a little Israel-Hamas war update. So the White House said Thursday local time that Israel had agreed to move forward with daily 4-hour pauses of military operations in the areas of northern Gaza. For the past several days, Israel has paused violence for hours long, nothing specific, windows, where it allows civilians to escape south. And John Kirby, the National Security Council of the United States, he's a spokesperson, cast the agreement to allow 4-hour pauses as a positive first step in easing the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, and he said Israel would announce the timings of the pauses 3 hours beforehand.
Okay. Just the fact that for 4 straight hours, there'll be no violence. I mean, that's what we can take right now.
Right.
Can you provide us more detail about the civilian evacuations?
Right, so Israel's coordinator of government activities in the territories said in a statement on social media that 80,000 people had fled northern Gaza through an evacuation corridor. That's on Thursday local time. The Israel Defense Forces, or IDF, has opened evacuation corridors several times this week, actually, for periods of several hours, which actually seems to have been formalized with the White House's announcement of this daily 4-hour pause. An IDF spokesperson, however, did reiterate that there is no ceasefire in the territory. And of course, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has continued to say that that would only come with the release of all Hamas hostages.
Okay. So the 4-hour pause, it seems like, will happen. You mentioned they'll announce it 3 hours before.
So they have 3 hours to prepare
Yeah.
and then 4 hours to escape.
Hopefully, in terms of just being more lives being, put to into safety,
Right.
just anything to keep more lives at risk. I think that's the most important thing that we should all be hoping to come out of this 4-hour pause. And hopefully this 4-hour pause, I don't know, will be kind of open to longer pauses, more talks between the two
Right.
sides, and just end to the violence just in general. All right, well, Annie, that'll do it for today's News Bites and for the week. 한 주간 너무 수고했습니다.
Right, I'll come back sprightly next week.
Oh, I hope so. All right, Annie, have a good weekend. We'll see you next week, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. Let me our thoughts. Can't get what we want without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing. Yeah. Started off right, I can see it in your eyes. I can tell that you wanting more. What's been on your mind? There's no reason we should hide. Tell me something I ain't heard before. Oh, I've been dreaming about it, and it's you I'm on. So stop thinking about it. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. Let me our thoughts. Can't get what we want without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing. Oh, no. Penthouse view, left some flowers in the room. I'll make sure I leave the door unlocked. Now I'm on the way, swear I won't be late. I'll be there by 5 o'clock. Oh, you've been dreaming about it, and I'm what you want. So stop thinking about it. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about now. moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing.
And that was Khaled with Talk. The time is now 6:33. This is the first hour of Inside Out Busan. Happy Friday, everybody. 즐거운 금요일입니다. 즐거운 indeed because we have the weekend to look forward to, right? Well, to tell you what the weather is right now, as well as what's going to look like into the weekend. 12 degrees our city is averaging as of now. Tomorrow, expect a morning low of 6 degrees. That's a big drop. An afternoon high of 16. So from this weekend, the wind will blow slightly stronger. 요즘에 바람 좀 많이 부는 편이죠. 네, 주말에는 조금 더 세게 분답니다. Leading to a significant drop in the perceived temperature. So in some other regions, it will become so cold that cold wave warnings might be issued. I know the cold snap warning was issued up in Seoul. I've seen people take pictures of frost that had already been forming on leaves and on trees and stuff. So I guess we don't see frost too much here in Busan, but winter is coming, 여러분. 이번 주말부터 바람이 약간 강하게 불면서 체감 온도가 많이 낮아지겠습니다. 몇몇 지역에는 한파특보도 발령이 될 정도로 많이 추워지니 유의하시기 바라겠습니다. 그래서 여러분 단디 챙기세요. When it comes to our traffic, we have congestion on 황령대로 from 상공해이소 going towards 황령 Tunnel. There's also congestion on 기장대로 from 기장 Police Station going towards the 교리 three-way intersection. Slow-moving traffic on 신선로 from 49호 광장 going towards 남부 면허 시험장 junction. Everybody drive safe. 부탁드릴게요. I keep forgetting to switch over to the screen to show my face. Sorry, listeners. Folks that have been tuning onto our YouTube, you were looking at Steve for far too long. Steve, who is joining me here in the studio. Hi, Steve.
Hello.
Hi, happy Friday. Steve, yes, peace to you as well, right? I don't know how to respond to you these days. Steve, you're going to help me out on today's 오분 상식, right?
Yes.
Let's get to it. Time for 오분 상식, getting our listeners in the know of some of the most trending, useful, need-to-know words and expressions. 5분만 들으면 유식해지는 시간인데요. 오늘은 새로 산 옷을 빨지 않고 바로 입어도 될까요? 이거 대해 알아보도록 하겠습니다.
자기야, this hoodie's so cute. Let's wear it as our couple outfit this winter.
가격도 나쁘지 않은데 the price is pretty decent and the design, it's not that bad.
The pants are also really pretty. Should we buy the hat too? The padded jacket is so nice. Can we just get everything?
Whoa. Calm down, okay? Babe, chill. Let's just get the hoodie today. I mean, we already have around 50 sets of couple outfits at home. 또 하나 더면 너무 많아, 우리 커플 룩이.
Okay.
I'll try on this adorable hoodie. Look at me. 자기야, it looks great on me. A perfect fit. I'll wear this for our date today now.
안 돼. Babe, you can't do that. New clothes have to be washed before you wear them.
Wait, what are you talking about? 자기야, it's okay to wear new clothes without washing them.
Trust me, wearing unwashed new clothes could cause skin problems, and you know you have sensitive skin.
Oh, come on, it's brand new.
알아서 해 그러면.
I'm sure it's fine to wear right away. 왜 이렇게
봐봐,
간지럽지?
그치. I told you. You keep scratching all the time because your body itches because you wore clothes without washing them. 그만 좀 긁어. 옷 좀 빨아 입어, please. Steve, I don't want to sound like I'm 잔소리ing you to you too much, but I told you. Okay. 왜 말을 안 들어요?
좀 가렵더라고요.
So, folks, due to the sudden cold weather, I know a lot of people 진짜 생각 못하는 추위를 지금 겪고 있는 분들 많을 거예요. 지금.
네.
그래서 나가서 왜 이 정도만 입고 나왔지? 하고 너무 추워서 할 수 없다.
그쵸,
그러니까 옷가게 들어가서 뭐를 하나 입고, like if you're wearing maybe just like a t-shirt. Maybe you buy like a long sleeve shirt to wear on top of that. 사고 바로 입잖아요.
맞아요.
Right? But most people, when they wear their newly purchased clothes, they do it without washing it first. Right?
네.
So, first and foremost, can people go about wearing new clothes without washing them? 새 옷은 빨지 않고 그대로 입어도 될까요?
먼저, wearing unwashed new clothes can lead to skin issues due to chemicals like formaldehyde. This substance, meant to prevent wrinkles and mold, can cause irritation, itching, or dermatitis. Upon skin contact.
네.
Additionally, new jeans straight from the store may contain chemicals like sodium hypochlorite from the fading process,
네.
causing rashes and itching. It's essential to wash new clothes before wearing to avoid skin discomfort.
Me,
네.
I did not know this. Not recently, maybe. This is before I had my kid, right? So if I we went shopping that day and this is something that I want to wear now, 바로 입었는데요.
네.
But especially clothes that directly touch my skin, 바로 피부
네.
닿는 옷은 가끔씩 이런 거 느꼈어요. 좀 간지럽고 하는 거예요.
맞아요.
네. So you mentioned formaldehyde and sodium hypochlorite. Are there any other reasons why new clothes should not be worn right away? So you should wash them before wearing them, right? 새 옷을 사서 바로 세탁만 하고 입으면 되는 거죠, 그러면?
New clothes may contain residual aniline from fabric dyes, especially in sportswear with stretch and waterproof properties or shimmering materials. Wearing new clothes without washing allows aniline to come into contact with the skin during movement and sweating,
네.
particularly in areas like the neck and armpits, resulting in itching or inflammation.
네.
Wash garments a few times to remove these chemicals using warm water for best results.
맞아요. Steve, do you have a rule in terms of any new clothes? 이거는 빨고 입어야 된다. Do you have any rules in regards to that?
전 everything.
진짜요?
전 피부가 너무 예민해가지고
네.
너무 sensitive해요. 전 소중하니까.
그렇게 안 생겼는데 근데. You don't look like you have sensitive skin. I'm just kidding. 스티브는 좀 털털하니까 그냥 바로 그냥 입으면 되지. 뭐 이렇게.
생각보다
할 것
여립니다.
같아요.
네.
그런 사나이였구나. 네, 감사합니다. 저는 당연히 anything that touches my skin
네.
directly,
네.
I wash first before wearing.
그쵸.
But like jackets, even like pants. I don't really care about is this weird to say the skin of my legs. 저는 별로 신경 안 쓰거든요.
그 부분만.
Yeah,
only
so
that part.
but my upper body and my arms. 거기에 닿으면
네.
한번 좀 찝찝해서 좀 빨고 입어야 되겠다라고
좀
그렇게
신기하네요.
생각해요. 네.
네.
But when it comes to pants, it's like, where? Because you're not supposed to wash jeans. Did you know that?
Yeah, I don't. 네.
Ooh, you don't wash your jeans?
no, 아니.
I know what you mean, Steve. We'll talk later, okay?
Okay.
네, 새 옷을 샀다면 따뜻한 물로 세탁을 해서 유해 물질을 제거한 후 입어야 한답니다. 오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 김대리, 퇴근하나?
예, 부장님.
집이 교회종이지? 같은 방향인데 같이 가지? 요즘 회사 생활 어떤가?
예, 저 열심히 잘하고 있습니다.
결혼 생활도 재밌지?
예, 뭐 즐겁죠, 예. 저 그 라디오라도 좀.
그래 라디오.
네가 저번 주에 오신 참인 것 같네.
22번 홀리면
진짜 회사 생활 쉽지 않다. 어색한 이 순간 인사이드 아웃 부산과 함께하세요. 오늘은
listeners, it is time for TGIF Live Studio featuring live music gracing your ears. Look, we have back in the studio, we have Gina.
안녕하세요.
Hi, Gina.
Gina's here.
Oh, yes. Oh, talking to yourself in the third person. 나는 소중하니까. Gina, how are you?
Yeah, good. I've been good.
Yeah, happy Friday to you.
Yeah, you too.
요즘 추워요? Gina
너무
씨?
추워요. Freezing. It's freezing outside.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Gina, actually, I want to throw the text question to you. 오늘, today we're talking about talking with like our kids or our parents. Okay? So I share with our listeners, if you have more quality talks with your parents, like talking about it, 학창 시절 때요, if you're a student, talking about like, you know, how you're doing in school, like your grades, and like quality conversations, meaningful 대화, that gives you a better chance to go to college and major in things like medicine. So like you have better chance to become like doctors
Oh, really?
and professors
Lawyer.
and even like professional artists, right? What kind of conversations did you have with your parents?
Well, like they were actually wanted to tell me 이거 해, 저거 해, something like that, but I was like, I never listened.
Oh.
That's how we talk.
대화가 없었네요.
It's like we just go to like different ways. That's
그래서
it. Like
대화가
네.
이렇게 갔네요. 이렇게
네.
한쪽은 이렇게 말하는데 이쪽으로
하도
간다.
고집이 세가지고 뭐
네.
이렇게 얘기하다가 뭐
네.
저 그냥 제가 가는 대로 가는데
네.
but you gotta be responsible for what you decide to do.
Of course,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Same here. I mean, my parents, they tried to point me in the right direction, but as a kid, never wanted to listen.
Right.
그래서 저희는 여기 있습니다.
Well, but we're doing well. We're doing great.
I'm just kidding, right? We love being here, listeners.
yeah.
네. I think I made all the right choices in my life to bring me to this point.
Wow.
Doing TGIF Live Studio with Gina here in the studio.
Oh, same here.
네. 너무 영혼 없이 말했는데.
Same here.
All right, Gina. So live music for our listeners today. 제가 항상 먼저 시작했죠.
네.
오늘도 똑같이 제가 먼저
네.
시작하겠습니다. 지나 씨는 요즘에 음식 먹을 때, you know, when you're like eating food these days, 요즘 뭐 땡기는 음식 있어요? Or do you crave any types of food these days?
마라탕.
아, 마라탕. 요즘 완전 MZ네요. 좀 MZ 음식이잖아요, 마라탕이. 젊은이 애들이 먹는 건데 저는 요즘 생선이 너무 먹고 싶어요. 생선, you know, it's like 밥도둑, like fish, like 구이, 생선구이. 네. Particularly, what is the representative 생선, the fish of Busan? 부산하면
그 자갈치?
자갈치는 그 시작 자갈치 그 고기 이름인가? But there's a representative fish actually. 부산시어가 있어요.
Oh, really? I
네.
didn't know that.
바로
Wow.
고등어입니다. Mackerel. So, and because right now 고등어 철이래요. 지금 mackerel is in season, and so a lot of people are eating it these days. 근데 저는 고등어 너무 먹고 싶은데 집에서 잘 못 먹거든요. 냄새 나서. Because of the smell, my wife doesn't let me eat mackerel at home. So today I really it's a very fall song. 가을 느낌 많이 나는 노래인데.
저희 brought 고등어 here.
But the reason I talk about this, the song that I bring, it's in the perspective of the 고등어 talking to the person that's about to eat them.
What?
좀 잔인하게 들릴 수 있어요. I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. No, but it's really like warm and touching, like not conversation, like saying, telling the 고등어, the mackerel is telling whoever's going to eat them. 그래서 오늘 루시드 폴의 고등어를 갖고 왔습니다. 그래서 일단 먼저 노래를 부를 건데 가사를 잘 들어보세요. 이 노래에서 배우는 것도 몇 가지 있고요. 그러니까 고등어가 try to see what the 고등어 is trying to say to the person that's going to eat, you know, it. Right?
기대해볼게요.
네, 루시드 폴의 고등어입니다. Let me see if I have the reverb. 없네요. So let me turn on the reverb real quick. Let's see where the switch go. There we go. So here we go. 루시드 폴의 고등어. 어디로든 갈 수 있는 튼튼한 지느러미로 나를 원하는 곳으로 헤엄치네 돈이 없는 사람들도 배불리 먹을 수 있게 나는 또다시 바다를 가르네. 몇만 원이 넘는다는 서울의 꽃등심보다 맛도 없고 비린지는 몰라도 그래도 나는 안다네. 그동안 내가 지켜온 수많은 가족들의 저녁 밥상. 나를 고를 때면 내 눈을 바라봐줘요. 난 눈을 감는 법도 몰라요. 가난한 그대 날 골라줘서 고마워요. 수고했어요. 오늘 이 하루도. 나를 고를 때면 내 눈을 바라봐줘요. 난 눈을 감는 법도 몰라요. 가난한 그대 날 골라줘서 고마워요. 수고했어요. 오늘 이 하루도. 나를 고를 때면 내 눈을 바라봐줘요. 난 눈을 감는 법도 몰라요. 가난한 그대 날 골라줘서 고마워요. 수고했어요. 오늘 이 하루도. 수고했어요. 오늘 이 하루도. 네, 감사합니다.
Really
감사합니다.
sweet song.
네,
따뜻하다.
고등어가 노래를 부르주는 거, serenade를 하는 거예요. Before the person eats them. 네.
Wow.
So it's like kind of like 위로해주는 노래. Like 수고했어요. Like enjoy me. Right?
희생.
네, 자기를 희생해서 for 너무 고생했으니까 저를 맛있게 드세요. 우리 Thursday 1759님 루시드 폴 노래 너무 좋아요. 민수 선곡장. 감사합니다. Thursday. only Thursday님 오늘 조금 칭찬하는 편인데 오늘 감사합니다. 자, 지나 씨 차례입니다. 지나 씨, what did you bring for our listeners?
저도 오늘 따뜻한 노래 하나 가져왔는데요. 처음 사랑 by 이윤지.
By 이윤지.
She's actually a 배우. Like an
she's
actress.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually an OXT from a drama.
아, 드라마에서 나온 노래군요.
네.
Why did you
First
particularly bring this song?
Well, it's kind of like it's getting a little bit cold now.
네.
It reminds the first love sometimes. Kind of like 이런 날씨에서
네.
한 번씩 이제 생각이 나잖아요.
아, 추울 때
네,
너무
살짝
외롭다,
추워질 때?
춥다, 누가 딱 옆에 팔짱 껴서 따뜻해지고 싶다. 아, 그런 노래구나.
네.
자, 진아 씨 노래 부르면서 막 우는 거 막 그런 건 아니에요?
아, 너무 오래돼가지고.
아, 오래돼서. 오케이. 알겠어요. 자, without further ado, shall we?
네.
네, 자, 진아 씨가 부른 노래 이제 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 이제 리버브, 마마마마마. 오케이, there we go. 자, 갈게요.
잠깐 쉬어도 행복했었어. 햇살 같은 사랑이었어. 영원할 거라 생각했는데 그 추억 속에 남아서 이젠 아픈 맘 슬픈 눈물 내 뺨에 기대어도 괜찮아. 기억 속 상처 온몸 가득 남겨져도 괜찮아. 마음이 먼저 선택한 너 처음 사랑으로 충분해. 영원히 지킬게 내 첫사랑. 짜릿한 마법 같은 너의 그 입맞춤이 나의 마음의 설레임은 그렇게 시작됐고 불꽃처럼 뜨거운 사랑을 속삭이듯 미래를 꿈꾸었었던 내 처음 사랑. 너의 미소가 나를 웃게 해. 별빛 같은 사랑이었어. 마냥 좋았어. 그댄 그래서 아름다웠던 시간들. 이젠 아픈 맘 슬픈 눈물 내 뺨에 기대어도 괜찮아. 기억 속 상처 온몸 가득 남겨져도 괜찮아. 마음이 먼저 선택한 너 처음 사랑으로 충분해. 영원히 지킬게 내 처음 사랑. 사랑해 행복했던 처음 사랑.
너무 따뜻하다.
따뜻하죠.
네. 요즘 쌀쌀한 날씨에 이런 노래 들으면 진짜 첫사랑 없었던 사람들도 맞다 그 첫사랑 이렇게 생각나게 만드는 그런 노래인 것 같아요.
그쵸.
진짜 지나 씨가 그렇게 불러줬으니까.
아이고, 감사합니다.
You make people think of their first loves even when they never had a first love. I think with that song. We have plenty of messages coming in. 근데 지나 씨 너무 죄송해요. 제가
네.
고등어 대해서 노래를 먼저 시작해서
네.
지금 모든 사람들 진아 씨 노래 너무 잘했는데 지금 사람들 고등어 생각밖에 안 나고 있어요. 네, 우리 4326님 노래로 영업을 당할 줄이야. 오늘 저녁은 고등어입니다. 고등어 맛있죠. 네. 우리 Thursday 1759님 I'm a constructive critic 민수. 그래서 역시 Thursday 17 저를 생각하고 그렇게 항상 말하는 걸 알고 있을게요. 진아님 너무 아름다워요.
감사합니다.
그리고 미스터리 진아님 최고라고 또
감사합니다.
문자가 왔습니다. 네. 네. We have one more message that came in from 0791님. Let me refresh this. 문자 하나 더 들어왔는데요. 첫사랑 생각나네요. 왜 화나죠? 노래는 항상 대박입니다, 지나님. 지나 씨, thank you so much. 우리 다음 주도 뵙겠습니다.
네, 다음 주에 봬요.
Folks, I'll see you back here at 7. All right, for the second hour of our show.
시청역이 도보 2분의 차,
대형마트도 근처에 차,
초등학교도 안심통학권의 차,
착착착 집중 밀차.
신주거 타운의 중심에서 누리는 초집중 라이프.
시청역 해모로 센티아.
아파트 11월 오픈 예정 051-861-7952 HJ중공업.
괜찮아 괜찮아 조금 불편해도 환경을 위해 너무 괜찮아 일회용 컵 대신 머그컵 비닐봉지 대신 에코백 물티슈 대신 손수건 우리의 실천 하나하나 모여 세상을 바꿔요 깨끗한 세상 플라스틱 제로 일회용품 제로 함께해서 참 좋은 우리의 시민
이 캠페인은 부산환경공단이 함께합니다.
안녕하세요. 영화배우 김민재입니다. 마약 시작하면 끝입니다.
너도 시작해볼래? 정말 끝내준대.
청춘 끝.
집중이 잘 안 돼? 이거 하나면 끝나.
미래 끝.
다이어트해도 정말 끝내준대.
건강 끝.
걱정할 필요 없어. 뒤끝 전혀 없어.
젊음 끝.
끝난다 끝나. 이제 우리 끝까지 가볼까?
인생 끝. 마약 당신은 이미 그 끝을 알고 있습니다. 마약 시작이 인생 끝입니다. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다. Inside Out Busan.
Welcome back, folks. 7 o'clock. That means it's time for our número dos of Inside Out Busan. That's our number 2. My name is Min-Soo Shin. Good evening to you all. 여러분 반갑습니다. 환영합니다. We have a message that came in on our Kakao Talk from 희숙님. 노래 고등어 대 노래를 갖고 오니까 희숙님 바로 연탄에 구우면 맛나죠. 고등어 몸에 좋다고 들었어요. 맞아요. I think it's recommended that you have kind of fish similar to either the mackerel that have like the the good fat, the good oils, I guess, in the fish. It's like recommended you have it twice a week. It's supposed to be good for your health. 네. 근데 저는 그거 다 뭐 건강하다, 뭐 이것저것 좋다라고 저는 그 다 좋긴 좋은데요. Number one, 저는 고등어 너무 맛있거든요. 진짜 고등어 반찬으로 나오면 공기밥 진짜 몇 개 먹을 수 있습니다. 네, 저는 진짜 고등어는 밥도둑인 것 같습니다. Thank you so much for all your messages. Well, it's 7 o'clock. We're going to kick off our number 2 with On the Mic. This is the segment where we get to share the stories of you, the citizens of Busan. Let's see who we have for today.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 부산에서 작은 티 브랜드를 운영하고 있는 정지형이라고 합니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 네, 대표님께서 이 운영하고 계시는 이 티 브랜드의 이름의 의미가 약간 소박함, 뭐 가치 이런 걸 담고 있다고 들었어요.
네, 이 소박하지만 가치 있는이라는 슬로건으로 하고 있는데요. 이제 현대사에 이제 살아가면서 사람들이 뭐 지금 우리 해운대 이런 데만 봐도 되게 복잡한 도시 이런 데 있지만은 저희가 이제 여기 이 공간에서 왔을 때 편안하게 즐길 수 있는, 근데 저희가 이제 또 커피 전문은 아니기 때문에 티가 굉장히 다양한 재료로 다양하게 맛을 낼 수 있는 그런 좀 다양함에 대해서 얘기를 하고 싶었고, 여기 오시지 못하는 분들한테 또 그런 전달하고 싶은 마음. 그러니까 꼭 티를 파는 의미보다 저희는 이제 그 이미지로 봤을 때 어떤 뭐 지친 분이 집에 돌아왔을 때 따뜻한 티 한 잔과 그다음에 뭐 그게 뭐 반신욕일 수도 있고 아니면 독서일 수도 있고 다이어리 쓰는 걸 수도 있고, 그런데 저희 그 브랜드의 티가 하나 들어가고 싶은. 그래서 사실 저희가 티만 있는 게 아니고 뭐 캔들이나 이런 것도 같이 하거든요. 네, 그러니까
처음에 이 운영을 시작하셨을 때 빈 창고를 개조해서 시작하셨다라고 제가 알고 있어요.
네.
지금 있는 공간도 이 옛 교회 건물을 새로 개조한 거라고 알고 있어요. 그래서 이렇게 공간에 새로운 숨결을 불어넣는 건 너무 매력적이거든요.
아, 네. 이거 사실 이제 제가 좋아하는 주 이게 사실 이 부분인데 저는 여기 왔을 때 그 기분이 되게 좀 편안하고 좋았어요. 이게 모르겠어요. 여기서 이제 항상 뭐 예배도 하고 기도도 했던 곳이라서 그런 것 같기도 하고, 예. 오신 분들도 다 왠지 좀 편안하다고 하시더라고요. 여기가 뭐 크게 뭐 뷰가 있고 이런 건 아닌데도 좋아하시더라고요. 그래서 뭐 저희가 사실 이거 다 직접 한 거거든요.
네.
예, 그래서 좀 어설픈 게 많이 있긴 있어요.
인테리어를 직접 하셨나요?
네, 저 인테리어 업체에서 하면은 워낙 잘 하시지만
네.
사실 이제 비슷하다고 해야 되나? 네, 비슷한 부분도 사실 있다고 생각하거든요. 근데 저희가 생각하는 느낌으로 저희가 하는 거는 저희만의 느낌으로 할 수 있으니까, 네, 이게 새로 건물을 굳이 지어도 되지만 이거 어차피 다 콘크리트 다 똑같잖아요.
네.
그래서 그럼 옛날 건물 안을 예쁘게 하면은 충분히 뭐 카페로나 뭐 매장으로서 기능을 할 수 있는, 예, 구조기 때문에, 예, 오히려 이제 뭐 새로 짓고 하는 게 쓰레기가 많이 나오잖아요, 사실. 예, 그래서 저희는 그것도 별로, 예, 싫고 이래서 뭐 돈도 많이 들고, 예, 새로 지으려면. 예. 아, 그리고 이 건물 외관 자체 느낌이 좋은 부분도 있고요, 사실.
네.
근데 이거는 새로 짓는다고 이렇게 만들긴 어렵다 생각하거든요. 예, 예.
시간이 깃들어 있는 게 있으니까.
예, 예. 그건 굉장히 어렵다 생각하고 그거가 이유가 될 수 있는 것 같아요. 예, 예, 예.
근데 지금 듣다 보니까 혹시 부산 분이 아니셨던 건가요?
아니요. 원래 저는 부산에서 태어났고 쭉 자랐는데 이제 서울에서 이제 직장 생활 좀 하다가, 예.
말투가 그 경상도 사투리가 많이 있지 않으신 것 같아서.
아니요, 잘해요.
이거 영업용 혹시 목소리신가요?
예, 서울 가면 서울말 쓰고. 예.
네.
예.
부산 말투 친숙하게 한마디 해주시면.
네, 많이 듣고 있습니다, 영어방송.
바로 나오시네요.
네, 바로 네이티브예요.
네. 브랜드도 키우고 계시지만 근데 이렇게 두 아이의 아빠라고 하셨잖아요. 네. 아빠로서의 삶은 어떠신지 좀 궁금합니다.
아, 우리 저 이든이 이안이, 예, 이 방송 자주 들어요. 예, 자주 들어요. 애들 키우는 거랑 비슷한 것 같아요. 이거 뭐 운영하는 것도 그렇지만 진짜 시간 많이 가져야 되고 드려야 되고, 예, 사랑해줘야 되고. 예.
아드님들에게 라디오를 통해서 한마디 해주실까요?
예, 이든이 이안이 너무 예쁘게 잘 커져서 고맙고 앞으로도 아프지만 말고 건강하고 나중에 아빠랑 커도 놀아주고 사랑한다.
Aww, very heartwarming on the mic that we had today. Thank you so much to our reporter Jisoo. Today's guest, that was Mr. Chung Ji-hyung, who is running a tea and lifestyle brand. So it's a brand as well as the cafe. And I love just the business model that he has. He wants to advocate for a simple and meaningful life. Two people through tea. So he wants to share not only the tranquility that one can find in a cup of tea, but also various ways to find relaxation. Because, we got a lot of that, especially in the hecticness of our daily life, even if that's a word. He mentioned he first opened his tea cafe, and it was an empty warehouse. And it probably wasn't like the nicest and most upkept warehouse. But he mentioned he renovated it. He did the self-modeling himself. He mentioned it's an old church building. So, he mentioned the essence of the place. You know, people coming here to pray, to worship, just a sense of peace, comfort, and sometimes, solitude that a lot of people are looking for. You find in a building like this, right? That's why he really enjoyed the process of transforming the old space. Now, he mentioned that constructing, when it comes to, a new building, it's a lot of waste and costs a lot, right? That's why he preferred to transform existing buildings according to his taste. So he mentioned it's a very appreciative process that he has, keeping something alive in terms of the building, but just changing what's inside to what suits him. Not only is he running a tea shop, but also he's a dad. 우리 이든이하고 예안이 였죠. I'm sorry if I did get the names mixed up, but he has two sons, age 7 and 4. And he said that they often listen to BEFM. 우리 이든이 예안이 나중에 아빠보다 영어 더 잘해야 된다. And he says there are, a lot of similarities between kind of taking care of his shop, his business, and his brand, and raising his children. Both require a lot of time and a lot of love. So like his business is in good hands, right? If he treats it like he's treating like his two sons. So he also left a sweet message for his two sons, right? Saying, just let's enjoy the time that we have together from here on out. Thank you so much. A very warm, 오늘 따뜻한, not only a 따뜻한 tea, 한 잔, but also 따뜻한 words, warm words from our special guest, Mr. Chung Ji-hyung. Thank you to our reporter, Ji-soo, once again. That was today's On the Mic. Let's take a quick song break, folks. We'll be back with more. This is Im Jae-bum with 이 밤이 지나면.
그대 모습을 바라보고만 있네. 사랑스런 그대 눈가에 슬픈 한 줄기 눈물이 흘러 나의 마음을 아프게만 하는데. 추억의 아름다웠던 그대 모습 사랑해. 이별이란 말은 하지만 그대 사랑을 느끼고 싶어. 나는 아직도 하고픈 말 하는데.
And that was Im Jae-bum with 이 밤이 지나면. Where'd my headphones go? Oh, there we go. Lost sight of my headphones there. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is the second hour of Inside Up Busan. I am your host, Min-Soo Shin. Let's give you a quick update on what the weather and the traffic is looking like. Busan City averaging 12 degrees right now, which is pretty cold, I would say. Tomorrow, expecting morning low of 6 degrees and an afternoon high of 16. So what the weather will look like from the weekend, winds will be blowing slightly stronger than you'd expect. Now, this will lead to a significant drop in the perceived temperature. 최하가 6도인데 바람 때문에 excuse me, 4도, 3도 이렇게 느껴지는 분들도 있을 겁니다. So folks, it's going to be so cold in some areas that cold wave warnings may be issued. So please take care. 주말에 나가면 따뜻하게 입고 나가세요. 주말 바람이 약간 강하게 불면서도 체감 온도가 많이 낮아지겠습니다. 몇몇 지역에는 한파특보도 발령이 될 정도로 많이 추워지니 유의하시기 바랍니다. When it comes to our traffic, we have congestion on 황령대로 from 상공해소 going towards, no, that's not, sorry, that's the traffic. In terms of traffic, that was the first half. Congestion on 수영 강변대로 from Senta Middle School going towards 수영 강변 underpass. Also congestion on 중앙 Express from 대조 분기점 going towards 삼락 interchange. There's also slow-moving traffic on 해운대로 from 승담 three-way intersection going towards the Uncheon three-way intersection. And also slow-moving traffic on 낙동남로 from Hagwon Bridge going towards 하단 Junction. Everybody, be safe. 부탁드릴게요. 안전 운전하시기 바랍니다. Excuse me. All right, so folks, today we are talking about talking, right? If our parents, listeners out there, what kind of topics do you usually talk about with your kids? Because I share with you a very interesting study in the beginning of the show that if you were to engage in conversation more with your kids and students, talking about things like school, future, in terms of, quality conversations. I'm not saying you can't have quality conversations, talking about sports or games or food, but having that quality conversation with your kids, this might lead to actually your children having more of a chance in majoring in fields such as medicine, arts, and education when they go to higher levels of school, such as university. Now we bring this because, I'm sure there's a lot of parents out there who are just thinking a lot about their kids these days, especially if you have your students, your kids about to take the sunung, the CSATs here in Korea, D-6. Less than a week. Next Thursday will be the day of the test. So I know a lot of you have been thinking about your children's future as well. Hopefully, I'm not saying, okay, that means, if you want to send your kids to become a doctor or become professors or become artists, you have to have conversations with them. I hope you want to have conversations with your kids. So if you find yourself, thinking, maybe I haven't had a good conversation with my kid in a while. Why not? This is your kind of like your reminder to do so. And who knows, in the end, that could kind of help your kid and go in the direction maybe that if you would want your children to go in that direction, that's fine. But in the end, I think, I'm of the school of thought that you should let them choose what profession to have. But this might kind of sway them in a way. Hey, why not medicine? Why not education? Why not the arts? And this could slightly be because you had quality conversations with your children. Wouldn't that be nice, right? All right, the time is now 7:18. Our YouTube chat is blowing up. 갑자기 잠깐 우리 유튜브의 화면으로 우리 스페셜 게스트들 잠깐 보여준대요. 우리 벌써 지금 채트에 장난이 아니네요. We have so many people chiming in. 너무 예뻐 이렇게 문자가 너무 들어오고 있습니다. 네. So without further ado, folks, if you are tuning in on the radio, of course, continue to tune in. If you're in your car. But if you have a chance, log on to our YouTube. I have 4 guests here in the studio. Supposedly people in the chats are saying very nice things about them. Come join us there. Time for the longest running segment here at BFM. It's Fridays Open Studio. All right, listeners, time for Open Studio, where we get to invite people from all walks of life here in Busan City. They get to come into the studio and share with us a little bit about their story. Today's special guests are from the English Literature Department at Busan National University. And they have come to the studio because they want to take the opportunity to present their upcoming musical performance taking place on November 27th. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you members of the Busan National University's English Literature Department musical team. 안녕하십니까? 반갑습니다. Welcome입니다. Hi. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you. Let's first have each of you introduce yourselves to our listeners. 네, 자기소개 부탁드릴게요.
Hello, my name is Ye Yang-jung and I'm sub-director in this musical. These are our main actors in our musical. Actually, Minji and Juhee are the main characters in the musical. Thank you.
Juhee and Minji are the main characters. Juhee, do you want to say hello to our listeners, please?
Hello, my name is Jui Aok and I'm sophomore in the university and I'm very happy to join this interview.
Of course, happy to have you.
Hello, my name is Minji Kim. I'm a freshman of university.
Freshman university and also part of this musical team. And last but not least...
Hello, I'm Gyuri Kim, freshman of the university. We are in relationship between seniors and juniors, and we are preparing a musical together.
Nice. So a lot of freshmen, it seems like, in the musical team. So, but you mentioned it's a good mix, right? You have your freshmen and then your juniors, sophomores, and seniors 다 같이 하는 뮤지컬입니다. Pleasure to have you here in the studio. So let's talk a little bit first about the English Literature Department, the department's musical team. 보통 그냥 대학교에 뭐 영문과 이렇게 있는데 그 영문과 안에 musical team 이건 처음에 들어봅니다. So how was this musical team at the university formed?
Okay, this musical is 28, Night of English. It calls Yeongbam. I will call Yeongbam. So it is kind of traditional musical festival in English language and literature department. First of all, directors of this musical have to pass through the documentation and then they recruit main characters, like me. And we have 3 main characters and other actors join our team by directors.
Okay, so that's how the musical team was formed. Then tell us each of your roles in the musical and what kind of led each of you, what motivated each of you to join the musical. Let's start with 우리 감독님, 네, 형님부터 하겠습니다.
I work as a sub-director. I'm preparing a musical with the main director. Actually, last year, I was the main actor in the musical.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And I was her mother.
Oh, okay. 이제 졸업했네요.
네,
Right, you graduated from the mother to sub-director
Yes.
now. Oh, next year 그러면 main director, right?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, I see. 네. 주희님은요, how did you get? Tell us about your role in the team and how you joined the musical.
Actually, last year my role is the main character as like Yeang, and my role is very depressive and a little bit romance. So I want to act different from last year. So I picked a character very happy and joyful character.
Ah, so it's a little different from what you portrayed last year. If last year was a little like maybe depressed, kind of sad character, this one's a little bit more bright and happy.
Yes, very bright and happy.
Which one is more natural to you?
Actually, I think this time is the more natural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm very happy person.
Usually you're a happy person, right?
Yes,
그럼
I
지금
always
하는 역할이 더 맞다 자기한테. Okay, nice. 민지님, what role do you play and how did you get involved?
My role is Kate. She is a housewife. I love dancing and singing, and I love being on a stage in front of people even more. But when I saw the poster of Night of English 영밤 in the department room, I naturally catch my eye and become interested. I heard a lot of stories about Night of English from my seniors, actually Yeong and Jui, who were recommended to me because they had good experience and memories.
So your kind of your people call them it's your 선배s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 그러면 선배님들이 they are the ones that kind of told you a lot of good things about 영밤, right? And that's kind of what made you want to join. 정말 많이 해주셨겠네요. Like what did you tell her? 뭐라고 했어요?
Let's do it together.
같이 하자고. 네. It was like, like 같이 하자 or 같이 해야 된다 이런 거였어요.
Both of them.
Both a little mix, a little bit of one and a little bit of two, right? But you wanted to join. 하고 싶어서 한 거죠? 네. Okay. Everybody's so nice here, right? I'm not trying to make them out to be villains or anything. Okay. 우리 기우리님, what about you?
I have a supporting role in the musical. I think my role makes the musical greater. It's an annual event and it is kind of traditional festival in our major. So I really wanted it. And I got involved in the musical.
Nice, because you really wanted to do it, right? Nice. 그 패션만 있으면 it just goes to show you could do anything. 지금 우리 지금 카톡 채트가 지금 터지고 있습니다. 네, 문자가 많이 들어오고 있고요. 우리 윤서 앨리슨 정님, Hi my girls, 하트. 네, 우리 박성민님이랑 SS님이 우리 너무 예뻐요라고 하시네요. 네, 그리고 앨리슨 정님이 So proud of you all. 네, 너무 proud하대요. 우리 YH님 화이팅, fire. 우리 황정호님, 내 새끼들 최고, 하트. 우리 SS님, 우와. 화이팅! 네, 문자 이렇게 너무 제가 볼 때 이거 좀 부경대 영문과 좀 멤버들 조금 냄새가 납니다. 맞네요, 황종호님 부경대 영어 영문 최고. Let's go. 네, 당연히 이럴 때 서포트를 받아야죠, right? You have to get support from them. So I don't think we even mentioned the title. So is the title of the musical 영밤, or is that the event?
Event's name is
Is 영밤, right?
영문인의 밤.
영문의 밤. So the grand musical kind of this performance event being held at Bugyeong University, being held by Bugyeong University's English Literature Department, it's called 영밤, set to take place on 27th. So tell us about the event, as well as, did we even mention the name of your musical? What's the title of your musical?
Our title is Working, the musical.
Working, okay.
Yes.
Tell us about the event, 우리 감독님.
Actually, the Night of English is an event that students from the English Literature Department gather to prepare plays and musicals for about 4 to 5 months. Very long time.
네, 4 to 5 months. That's a lot. That's like one semester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost two semesters.
1 semester.
Yeah.
It is the biggest event of our department. So this year's The Night of English is preparing a musical Working. It is an omnibus story in which people from different jobs talking about their stories. Yes, and that's why we choose this musical, because we thought it might to be something that students who are worried about their career can more enjoy this story.
Okay. So this is something that's like really relevant and something that like you guys are experiencing in your life, because I'm sure your career and what you're going to do later on 한 번쯤은 생각해봤을 거잖아요. 고민해봤을 거잖아요. Right? So this is something that is going to speak to a lot of people in the audience. Now I mentioned November 27th is when 영밤 takes place. What time and where can people watch the musical if they want to?
We will show the musical Working on Monday, November 27th at the University Theater in Korean, 대학 극장.
네.
Of Busan National University.
Okay, so the 27th at that time, you could check out this musical. 5 months. That's a pretty long time for any musical, being a college performance and all. When did preparations for the musical performance begin?
Usually we start practicing in July, but this time due to internal reasons, we started in August. The directors first decide on the work, then recruit the main cast, and after that, we gather the main cast, supporting cast, and step to practice.
Okay. So since August, you guys have been at it. So August, September, October, now this is the 4th month. And at the end of this month, 거의 한 5개월 되는 거죠, right? You'll be able to put your performance on stage. 그 5개월 동안, the 5 months, I'm sure there was a lot of, good times, but also hard times. 좀 어려움도 많이 겪었을 것 같은데. Tell us about like any challenges that you guys encountered while preparing. I can think of one. 당연히 뭐냐면 이 뮤지컬이 모국어 아닌 영어로 하는 거니까 거기에 좀 큰 어려움이 있을 것 같은데. How was it for you guys?
Of course, there are lots of challenges. It doesn't mean I hate it, but most of festival or bands have challenges in the process. First, we have to practice a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yes, 4 hours every day.
4 hours every day.
Yes. Of course, without the weekends. Yes, it is not easy because we have to take our major classes and study and do part-time job or something like that.
알바까지.
Yes.
Wow.
And after the practice, our voice is gone.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Because we use it for 4 hours, our voices. In addition, acting is always hard.
Yeah.
Yes. I watched the original musical videos and other waitress videos. My role is
Your
the
role,
waitress.
yeah.
Yes. So to understand the show, perfect show. Yes.
Yeah.
So it is very hard.
맞아요. It's not just memorizing lines and then 뭐 손을 막 흔들고 that's it. There's so much that goes into it, right? A lot of practice. Who else wants to share any hardships and difficulties that you guys have? 혹시 뭐 어려운 점 같은 것도 다른 분 없었습니까?
Can I say?
Yeah, go for it. Of
Thank
course. 감독님.
Last year I was the main actor, so I don't know about the job of the directors. Nowadays, I think it is harder than I thought to prepare and teach. Even small things such as singing, acting, or like eye watching. Yes.
Eye contact with
eye contact. Yes.
그것까지도 코멘트하는데.
Yes.
네.
That was difficult to me.
그런 거를 다 챙긴다고. Now, like because now you're not acting. You're off stage. Now you're telling like the actors and actresses what to do, but because you are in that position, like everything's new to you right now. 지금 모든 게 새롭잖아요. I know how you feel.
Thank you.
Yeah, recently for me, 저도 그 자리, while doing this program, 저도 원래 저 자리였는데 갑자기 저 이 자리에 오게 됐는데 저도 생각 못한 like there are things that I've never even thought about that goes into this show, but I realized now that I'm producer of the program, so. 어깨가 많이 좀 무거울 거예요. Shoulders are going to be heavy. 네, but until then 끝까지 화이팅입니다. 네. 혹시 우리 민지님 or 규리님 anything that was difficult for you? 뭐 어려운 점 없었어요? 준비하는 동안?
Actually, my character is a housewife, so I have to sing a song about the struggle of being a stay-at-home mom. Because of the musical style, which is very calm and static. I can't move with fancy dances or moves. It's a song where the voice and acting are more important. So it's sometimes hard to lead the play if I'm not fully immersed in the song.
Yeah. So because you everything you want, every word that you say, you want to mean it, right? 그냥 아무 생각 없이 부르는 것보다 느끼면서 부르고 싶잖아요. And I think it's a tough thing to do. Even in Korean, it's probably hard. But then you got to do it in English, right? That can't be easy at all. 규리님, anything you want to share?
Actually, I have a low range of voice, and all the songs in the musical are high range of songs. So I had a lot of.
키 좀 내려주지 그러면 생각 안 했네요. 감독님,
I tried it.
네.
So I had a lot of trouble about singing them, but the team members taught me how to vocalize and coordinate the parts that didn't work. So I was able to solve it. Also, as a group, there were a lot of conflicting opinions because it's a musical made by many people. But we were able to solve it through repeated meetings and constant communication between the directors and cast.
That's good. I think with any musical, those are the hardships that you guys go through. But what I'm kind of surprised is 조금 살짝 놀라는 게 none of you mentioned because it's in English that it was difficult for you. 거기에 너무 집중 안 한 것 같은데, but that's a good thing, I think. That goes to show you 당연히 우리 뭐 감독님이나 스태프가 많이 그 영어 부분에 서포트해주고, and also because I'm sure of teachers and professors from Busan National University's English department. I'm sure they helped you guys a lot, you know, in terms of just pronunciation, enunciating, and everything, all the words. Do you want to say, you know, a big thank you to all your professors that helped? 네. I know there's one professor outside who's watching you guys. 잘하는지 지금 지켜보고 있습니다. 우리 Professor Dennis. 네. Thank you so much. So, for our listeners out there, once again, we have members of the Busan National University's English Literature Department's musical team. They are set to present their working soon on November 27th. So, to get our listeners more interested, 볼까 말까 좀 이렇게 하는 분들이 있을 것 같은데, I think you guys could maybe 설득해. You could talk them into even actually now going even more if you provide us just maybe a little sample of your musical. 네, for our listeners. 너무 궁금해한데요. Who will be performing that little sample for our listeners?
Actually, we are the main characters in the musical, so we are two.
So 우리 주희님 and 민지님 will be performing. 우리 감독님, because 감독님 you have the better mic, can we give the better mic to 주희님 so that she comes out? 왜냐면 이거 감독님 이런 것도 챙겨야 되죠, 맞죠? 소리가 잘 나와야 되니까. 네. So let's have you switch seats because 소리를 잘 나와야 되니까. 네, 이게 비싼 마이크 두 개거든요. 네, 우리 주희님이랑 민지님 쓰는 거. So, yeah. Give us a little bit of the sample of what our listeners can expect from your musical. Yeah. 뭐, cue. anytime that you want. 네.
I go first, Minji.
Just sing.
Just singing.
기대된다.
All I am is just a housewife. Nothing special, nothing great. What I do is kinda boring. If you rather, it can wait. All I am is someone's mother. All I am is someone's wife. All of it seems unimportant. All it is just my life.
Oh. All I am. No. 너무 좋았어요. 네. But I know what you mean. 그거를 while you're singing those words, like you have to mean it and you have to act that singing too. Oh, I see you put a lot of focus. 신경 많이 쓰는 것 같습니다. 네. Oh, nice. So that was performed by 민지님, who is one of the main characters, main roles in the musical. We have 주희님, also you being a big part of the musical. You're going to perform a little bit of your part, right?
Yes.
네.
The mood is very opposite.
Oh, that's right. You said bright and happy your character is, right? 네.
I'll start.
Okay.
It's an art to be a fine waitress, to sit and your pleasure is guessed. There's a twist to my wrist when I bring your steak in, and what are you taking? Your liver and bacon. It's almost be stylish and smart. That's what makes it an art. I think this is enough.
Oh.
Yes.
no, I know what you mean. 밝은.
Yeah.
네, 딱 그 소리 나요. It's like a Disney movie.
Oh, really?
Is that, you know, like a Disney princess who's all very happy like in the beginning, and then later 이제 뭐 어디 캐슬에 갇혀 있어서 조금 슬픈 그런 이 완전 이게 애니메이션 영화 보는 것 같네요. All right, so a little bit taste of what you can expect during their performance. As we start to wrap up our interview with you, can you share with our listeners any goals that the musical team has or wishes to achieve through your performance?
It seems that our goal is to show people the stage safely. Also, my personal goal is to make it with everyone laughing in the process of preparing for the performance.
Okay, so make sure everybody's safe, but also so that they could fully enjoy the performance. 네.
And my determination is being possessed by that character. Being a waitress. It means I become Dolores, her name.
Dolores, 네.
Yes, and working hard to make a great musical is also my goal. Thank you.
Nice, thank you.
We hope that we can do a good job with this musical and that many people will see it and be impressed by it. It's our team's goal to have a good impact on that so that there will be good musical theater for generations to come.
Nice. And 우리 마지막 민지님.
When I meet my seniors who perform in Night of English musical, they always talk about their proud and happy experience. So I hope that I can complete the musical successfully and tell good stories to the next juniors so that these historic events of Night of English can be maintained for a long, long time.
Yeah, I wish that during your performance that, other freshmen and other students come and they watch your performance and they go, oh, I want to do that too. 나도 그거 해보고 싶다, right? I hope that's the type of performance you guys have. Nice. Before we close, any words you want to share with each other, the English department, or maybe to our listeners? 혹시 마지막 한마디? 네. 우리 감독님이 해야죠. 네.
Come and join our Night of English musical. Thank you.
When? November 27th.
When?
Where? No, where? Where? At the theater of the Busan University. And come and join, please. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다. Thank you so much.
영밤 파이팅.
영밤 파이팅. 네, 진짜 우리 가기 전에 우리 메시지 몇 개 더 들어왔는데요. SS님, 우리 배우들이랑 조연출 너무 멋있어요. 우리 SY님, 너무 이뻐. 네, 메시지 왔습니다. 네, 너무 감사합니다. To our special guests, we had 예영, 주희, 민지, 규리, all members of the Busan National University's English Literature Department's musical team. On the 27th, their performance of Working will take the stage. 오늘 와주셔서 너무 감사합니다. 화이팅입니다.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. Folks, let's take a quick song break. We'll be back. This is Earth, Wind, and Fire with Let Me Talk.
Talk
안녕하세요. 고품격 영어 방송 Inside Out 부산의 품격 있는 writer Steve입니다. Winners of Inside Out Busan listeners participation segment will get full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie, a gourmet restaurant in 거제동 and 연산동, where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim. 미슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만 원 외식 상품권. A place to entertain your brain and eyes. Museum of Illusions. 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳. Museum of Illusion 부산 착시미술관 입장권. 언제나 맛있는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 인투 로스터리. Coffee voucher and a pack of fresh coffee whole beans sponsored by Into Roastery in Yangsan. A delicious brunch for two from Gorilla Brewing Busan, Gwangan branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다. 부산 X the Sky 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. IOB와 함께하는 품격 있는 선물. It's all yours, listeners.
Listeners, it is time to slowly wrap up today's show, but before we go, we do have to get to our last segment. This is Quote Unquote with our writer Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hello, Minsu.
Hi. Steve, we had a couple changes to the camera on the YouTube, and I'm trying to get you there. Wait, no, that's not true. I'm trying to get you in the picture, but Steve, I don't know which camera that I'm supposed to put you in
Let's
on.
see.
Nah.
Should I move?
You know what? Can you? Because I think there's some of our listeners that do want to see your pretty face. Nah.
Which seat is it?
It's the one with the other mic. So if you come over to where we have the other studio mic. No, you don't have to take that mic with you, Steve. Just come to this mic.
Okay. My bad. I'm going with my headphones right now.
네.
하고 있습니다.
네, let me put you on the other mic.
기다려주세요.
네, 기다리고 있습니다, Steve. 네.
Okay.
There you go.
Mic number 3.
Hi, Steve.
Yes.
All right, Steve, joining us for today's quote unquote. It's Friday, so lead the way. What do you got for us?
Okay. 저의 시간이죠?
네, 네, 스티브 시간입니다.
네.
얼마 안 줄 겁니다.
빨리 하겠습니다.
네.
Today I've got a quote from the book named Life Leverage by Rob Moore.
Okay.
So this book, it's about, it's a game-changing guide that helps you make the most out of your resources to achieve success by strategically,
yes,
leveraging your time, money, and efforts.
Yeah, leveraging means you have to kind of like balance the three out,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it works for you.
맞습니다. So the quote of the day is, "Time spent on unnecessary tasks is simply wasted time."
Oh,
네.
I could have told you that. Of course, that makes sense, right?
네, 여기서 더 딥하게 들어가 보면요.
네, please.
네.
여기서만 끝나면.
아쉽죠?
네.
Many of us underestimate the value of time, squandering it on entertainment and trivial pursuits that don't contribute to a successful life. It's crucial to use time wisely and positively, avoiding purposeless moments at any life stage.
근데 스티브 이거 저한테 말하는 것 같아요. 왜냐하면 저 entertainment and trivial pursuits 너무 좋아하거든요. 너무
네.
재밌으니까 TV도 많이 보고 뭐 영화도 보고 게임도 하고 이러는데 but you're saying maybe I could be spending that time doing other things.
Reduce. 조금 줄이면 좋을 것 같다.
네,
아직 끝나지 않았어요.
저 혼내는 거네요. 제가 잘 듣겠습니다.
아직입니다. 아직.
네.
네. As the famous proverb goes, time and tide wait for none. This emphasizes the need for making decisions promptly, as opportunities may slip away if you delay. Time is a precious and irreplaceable resource, unlike money. once it's gone forever.
맞아요.
Time, though free to all, cannot be bought or sold. Just like a river that flows only forward, time moves ahead, and we can't reverse it.
Yeah.
While money can be recovered, lost time cannot. People acknowledge the importance of time, but not everyone fully grasps why. Here's the explanation. Time is precious because life is short and we never know what the next moment holds.
Yeah.
Unlike money, lost time is unrecoverable. Recognizing this is time truly precious in your life.
Yeah. I agree completely. I think if you know especially that you're wasting time, 시간을 버리는 거 알고 있어도
네.
like you're not moving or not doing something about it,
네.
it's like it's such a waste. I guess simply said.
네. So like 만약에 시간이 중요하다는 걸 알았다.
네.
We acknowledged. So like some tips, always keep learning, strive to improve yourself, cultivate deep observation, avoid time-wasting habits, establish a timetable.
Yeah.
네. But, 반대로 common reasons people waste time could, include lack of priorities, waiting for inspiration or motivation, trying to please everybody, worrying about others' opinions, waiting for the perfect opportunities, unhealthy comparisons, unfinished tasks, complaining, 뭐 이런 것들이 있을 수도 있겠죠.
I do that every day. I do all of that every day, Steve.
No, 아니에요.
이렇게 하면 안 되죠.
안 되죠.
네.
So remember this quote, until you value yourself, you will not value your time. Until you value your time, you will not do anything with it. 네. In conclusion, to achieve greatness in life, understand the preciousness of time. Set goals, commit fully, dedicate yourself, and make the most of your time wisely.
Yeah, I guess, but easier said than done. I know a lot of our, listeners, like you might be thinking to yourself, oh, that person's so lucky. He's lucky. She's lucky.
네.
But actually, a lot of the times, luck plays a little bit.
네.
But for a lot of the times, these people, luck보다,
네.
rather than luck, they were ready for that situation. They were
맞아요.
ready for that opportunity, and that's why they took it, right? So maybe this could be, we're not saying, drop everything that's a waste of time, watching TV, movies, video games, but rather make sure that you have your priorities in order and you know what's important in your life to spend more time on
맞아요.
compared to those things. And by doing that, then maybe you'll be able to start moving just a little bit more.
Exactly. 맞아요.
What are you going to leverage, Steve?
Me?
Yeah. Oh, because you're so perfect, you don't need to leverage anything. You don't need to sacrifice anything. 지금 하는 거 다 perfect 하니까 지금 뭐 바꿀 건 없다.
일단은
네.
I think 계속 열심히 하는 게
네.
중요한 것 같아요. 아직은.
맞아요.
네,
이게
아직은.
not stopping.
Yeah.
Right, not stopping and continuing to go. I think that's
네.
great. Yeah.
Not now.
Me, 천이가 한번 생각해봐야 될 것 같아요. There's so many that I know I spend too much time on and it's a waste.
네.
Let me get back to you on this, right?
알겠습니다.
이거는 제 숙제로 해가지고 다음 주 보고
Okay,
드리겠습니다.
알겠습니다.
네. Steve, thank you so much. That will do it for today's quote unquote. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
We'll see you back here next
네.
week. And that will do it for today's program. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, listeners. Have a great weekend. To take us out, this is Solid with 이 밤의 끝을 잡고. Inside of Busan was written by Im Soo-jin and
Steve.
It was hosted and produced by yours truly, Min Soo-shin. Have a good one.
다시 날 볼 수 없겠지.
나의 입술이 너의 하얀 어깨를 감싸 안으면 그렇게 우리 이 밤의 끝을 잡고 사랑했지만 마지막 입 맞춤이 남아야겠지